Imagine a budgie so stunning its feathers look like they were painted by an artist. Bold contrasts, mesmerizing patterns, and a sparkle that makes it stand out from the rest. This, my friends, is the Spangle Mutation budgie. But what happens when you breed them? Can you create even more unique color combinations? Stick around because today we're diving deep into the world of Spangle Mutation budgies, their genetics, and the fascinating crossbreeding outcomes you won't believe. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how Spangle genetics work and how to predict the outcome of your next budgie breeding project. But first, what exactly is a Spangle Mutation budgie? Let's break it down. Spangle Mutation budgies explained. The Spangle Mutation is one of the most visually striking budgie mutations, but what makes it so special? Unlike normal budgies, which have solid black wing markings, Spangle budgies have reversed patterns, meaning the edges of their feathers hold the darker color while the center stays lighter. This gives them a crisp, clean look that almost glows. But here's the real twist. Spangle isn't just about looks. It's a dominant mutation, meaning if even one parent carries the Spangle gene, some of the chicks will inherit it. So now that we know what Spangle budgies are, what makes them stand out in terms of characteristics? Let's find out. Characteristics of Spangle Mutation budgies. Spangle budgies don't just turn heads with their wings. Their beak and ciré colors can sometimes appear brighter, and their eyes often have a sharp, clear contrast that makes them pop. But the most exciting part? Their colors can range from classic greens and yellows to rare blues, whites, and even violets. Here's something even more intriguing. If a budgie inherits 2 copies of the Spangle gene, one from each parent, it results in a Double Factor Spangle. These budgies are even more unique, often appearing nearly all white or all yellow with very minimal markings. So how do you breed them? And what happens when you cross a Spangle with other budgie mutations? Let's dive into breeding. Breeding of Spangle Mutation budgies. Breeding Spangle budgies can be an exciting yet strategic process. Since Spangle is a dominant mutation, breeding a Spangle with a normal budgie gives you about a 50% chance of getting Spangle chicks. But when you breed 2 Spangles together, things get interesting. Pairing 2 single-factor Spangles can result in 25% normal budgies, 50% single-factor Spangles, and 25% double-factor Spangles. That means if you're aiming for pure white or yellow budgies, this is your best bet. But what if we mix Spangle with other mutations? Let's see some surprising outcomes. Cross-breeding outcomes of Spangle Mutation budgies. Now, here's where it gets truly fascinating. Crossbreeding Spangles with other mutations can create some mind-blowing results. Let's look at a few examples. A single-factor Spangle male and a normal female budgie will produce 50% single-factor Spangle chicks and 50% normal chicks. A combination of 2 single-factor Spangle budgies produces 50% single-factor Spangle chicks, 25% double-factor Spangle chicks, and 25% normal chicks. If you cross a single-factor Spangle male with a double-factor Spangle female budgie, you will get 50% single-factor Spangle chicks and 50% double-factor Spangle chicks. When a double-factor Spangle male is paired with a normal female budgie, the result is 100% single-factor Spangle chicks. When both parents are double-factor Spangle budgies, the offspring will be all double-factor Spangle. And remember, Spangle being a dominant mutation means it doesn't get hidden like recessive traits. It always shows up in some form. So, with all this knowledge, what's the best takeaway for breeders and budgie lovers? Spangle Mutation budgies are a true gift to bird lovers, not just for their beauty, but for their fascinating genetics. Whether you're a breeder experimenting with color combinations or a pet owner admiring their unique patterns, there's no denying their charm. So tell me, what's your favorite Spangle color combination? Would you try breeding them yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Spangle budgies, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing budgie content. Until next time, keep those wings flapping and your birds chirping.